And you're live.
Welcome to the best sports betting show on the planet. This is WagerTalk Today. I am your host, Andy Lang. It's $5 Tuesday, where you can grab any best bets from any handicapper for just $5. On today's show, we've got WNBA, we've got MLB, we've got Gianni going over the Steam report. We got a really good around the world, all loaded with MLB. So Skee Profit's going to join us. We're going to talk aces and sparks. Bryan Power is going to break down the Rays and the Yankees. Let's get it started. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button. Tell us how you're doing in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Let's bring in Gianni and let's talk a little Steam report. Gianni, we busy this morning?
Oh, yeah, and on fire,
wow.
baby. Coming off a nice shout out to Block. Welcome to the party. So every day's a new day, brother. Every day's a new day. You just got to get back to the grind. Coming off a perfect 4-0 sweep yesterday. 2-0 and 4%, 2-0 and 3%, all in Major League Baseball. And I don't want to forget, I will be posting every day. Every day I hired someone that every day will be posting for me on Instagram, TikTok. So every day there will be content with free picks. I gave a free pick yesterday that ended up winning for us, and then a late one as well. So make sure you follow me on social media at Greek_Gambler and Greek_Gambler7 on TikTok. I got a little staycation planned out. Today we're checking in, right? Checking in for a couple of days. So I'll be out and about looking to do some damage. I have so much information I've been putting together on this NFL and college football season. I'm so excited for it. So subscribers, you can expect more futures over the next 7 to 10 days. Really diving in because I will be on the show this year with Kelly and Marco. We will be doing bet on it. So Ace returns to bet on it this year. So I got to make sure I'm really, really, really prepared for that. But with that out of the way, I have so much good information for you right now. Grab that pen and paper. You're going to want to hear this. Now, I got WNBA, okay? I gave out 2 plays. One's a 3%, one's a 4%. I'll give you the 3% for free right now. Washington, game 628, Washington -7. Now, you could lay up the -121 to get that 7 because it should cost -122. And I know some books, even at -120, you could buy the hook at 7.5. So if you agree with Washington and you like it at 7.5, I would lay up to -120 to buy the hook. I also released a 4% in the WNBA. That's available at WagerTalk for only $5. 68% on WNBA in 2025. I've only released 35 bets and doing really well with those. Like I said, 68%. 2 bets today. One of them's on Washington. One more is up there for $5. Now, Major League Baseball. I'm going to give you some steam, but this is what you need the pen and paper for. You need to write these down. But first, let's get the steam out of the way. Here's the signs. 907, New York Mets, good to -115. 911, Toronto, +115. And Toronto, -110 in game 2. So they're betting Toronto game 1 and game 2. The public's on Toronto as well. Be cautious there. 915, Tampa Bay, +175. 923, Colorado, +190 and +1.5. Same thing with the White Sox, +170 and +1.5. So they're liking these dogs, as you can see. And 931, Washington, up to +130. Now, two totals for you. Early game, Miami, St. Louis, under 8.5 and 8. So they went up to -138.5 and then hit the under 8 as well. Laid a little juice there. And then 903, Cubs, Milwaukee, also under 8.5, up to -130. Here's why you needed that pen and paper. 5 minutes before the games yesterday, 5 series bets were placed. They were placed so late, I couldn't even release them to subscribers because we have a 10-minute window. And, you know, my lines move a lot, so we decided to keep a 10-minute window for our moves. Here are the 5 series that we bet prior to first pitch yesterday. Arizona, +155 to win their series. Miami, +155 to win their series. Boston, even money to win their series. Athletics, +125 to win their series. New York Mets, +120 to win their series. Now, if you take a look, here's what you'll notice. All 5 of those teams lost game 1. So Arizona, Miami, Boston, Mets, Athletics. 5 series bets, all dogs, all behind 1-0. They got 2 games left. They got to sweep, win the next 2 games for these series bets to cash. So keep that in mind as you're handicapping Major League Baseball over the next 2 days. Arizona, Miami, Boston, Mets, Athletics were expected to win the series. They are all behind 1-0 heading into game 2.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, you're kind of rolling the dice, and I'm sure you're not going to double up on, like, do you do some type of hedging or anything? You just kind of let the games fall where they may. You're down one.
With the series, here's what I do. Wait. Great question. I bet game 1 of this. I bet the series, right? Usually they'll pass on game 1. They won't bet the side that they bet for the series in game 1. Very rare that they do that. When they do, obviously, if I like the series, I'm going to bet it as well and bet game 1. Then in game 2 is when they'll usually look to bet them. Like, even if they won or if they lost, they'll usually have a bet on them in game 2. So don't be surprised on those 5 if the line moves towards that favor. Then in the final game of the series, that's where you see some of the hedging. If there's a nice scalp set up, like if you got a plus 180 for the series and they're tied 1-1, and now in game 3, the other team's only minus 130, you have a nice scalp. You lay the minus 130. If they lose game 3, you win your series bet at plus 180. If the other team wins game 3, you lose your series bet, but you break even because you bet them, the opposite team, in game 3. So it puts you in a good position if it's 1-1 going into game 3. That's what you're looking for. That'll put you in a position of strength where you have some choices, especially if there's a scalp available. So you can maneuver a little bit with these series. That's why I like betting them in baseball. They're good bets, and they do offer the opportunity to then set up a nice scalp, or even, like you said, hedge out of a bet and put yourself in a position where you could either turn a profit or break even, which is a great position to be in.
Love it. Any interesting steam on some of these games today that really caught your eye? I got to be honest. I worry about the head-to-heads, or not the head-to-heads, the back-to-backs. Trying to pick 2 straight winners in the back-to-backs, man. I stay away from that one. I feel like you bet in game 1, and if you win, you're kind of done. Take your profits, and you're done with that series for the day.
Two sides right now sticking out a lot to me. Number 1, San Diego. They're betting San Diego as home dogs, but the Mets line is climbing, and sharps bet Mets for the series, and they're down 1-0. So Mets looks like I said, they're usually going to bet them in game 2, and that's what's happening there with the Mets. And the other one that stuck out was Texas and the Angels. A lot of Texas money from recreational bettors. They're taking that Texas team at plus money, and yet the numbers moving against it. Like, those are 2 of the heavier bet games already. It's only 9 a.m. Eastern Pacific time, so it's real early here. But the 2 that got the most action are those 2, followed by Kansas City over Atlanta. Like, that's the 3rd biggest bet. So if I had to nail it right now, the 3 biggest sides that they're one-sided on is Texas as dogs, San Diego as dogs, and what's it called? Kansas City as slight favorites. Kansas City slight favorites. Those stick out a lot. One-sided.
Well, you don't see a lot of the dogs being the ones.
Rare in baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, Gianni, it's $5 Tuesday. I think you already mentioned it, but what do you have up for people at WagerTalk?
4% in WNBA, coming off a 4% winner on Sunday. Again, we've been very selective with those. This is only going to be the 36th WNBA bet all season. Currently 68%, a nice 30+% ROI on those. So, I'm very selective and wait for multiple confirmations. Because it is easy to manipulate the WNBA betting market. I'll have the baseball up because I do like the baseball card today. We'll have multiple 4% coming off a nice 4-0 sweep. Of course, NFL college football package is up. I talked about that at the start. And my UFC package will go up also. Release the 4% to subscribers there. So the first fight is in the WagerTalk system for you. Busy week, man. I'm excited. So, I'll be live from a casino tomorrow, so we'll be hooking up from there.
Nice. Nice. Love it. Love it. Gianni the Greek getting off to a great start here on Tuesday. Good luck today on
Thank you,
$5
brother.
Tuesday. Gianni the Greek. Good luck. Oh, I have a great staycation too, by the way. What a great idea. Who doesn't love a good staycation? All right, guys. Yeah, it's $5 Tuesday. You know what that means. Grab any handicapper's best bet for just $5. Real shot to cash in without spending big. Don't just stop with one. Grab a couple. As always, bet responsibly. Try out your favorite handicapper. Try out your new handicapper. Make sure we don't have a ton of our bankroll in all these plays, but great way to see if you vibe with another handicapper. So always take advantage of $5 Tuesday. We got MLB, we got WNBA, a lot of different sports that are up. So that is up at WagerTalk.com. All right, let's keep the show moving, and let's go to Skee Profit. We got to talk a little WNBA. Hakeem, we got the Aces and the Sparks. Sparks, 5 wins in a row. 2 of them are against the Connecticut Sun. But hey, a win's a win. A win's a win, Hakeem. They had a nice win against the Liberty. The Aces, I thought this was interesting. All 4 of their last 4 games, all of them blowouts. Whether they win or lose, just all blowouts. It's like it's all or nothing with them the last 4 games. So first off, how are you doing today? And what do you make of this Aces and Sparks game?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. As far as this game is concerned, yeah, you mentioned a little bit about the Aces. Like, it's not the Aces of old. They've been wildly inconsistent all season long. They'll play one good game, then they'll play an absolutely disaster, and just waiting for them to get some kind of rhythm or figure it out. They have made a couple changes to the starting lineup this season. After one blowout loss earlier in the season, they made a trade for Alyssa Smith, ended up starting her. And then in the last game, they put Joel Lloyd to the bench finally and started Kirsten Bell, and that worked out. They scored 106 points in a win. So I think that benching of Joel Lloyd has been needed for a while. I do think the Aces still can figure it out. Like I said, they're inconsistent. I'm not sure they're trustworthy. One thing that I definitely cannot trust is their defense. They've been giving it up. And what's even worse than the Aces defense is the Sparks defense. They've struggled all season. But like you mentioned, as of late, they've just been in such a good rhythm offensively. They've been able to overcome it. They won 5 games in a row. They scored 90-plus points in each game. And I know that this game means a lot, especially for a couple players on that Sparks team. Hamby got traded from the Aces a little while ago. She's played 10 games since then. I believe the Sparks are 7-3 ATS. I mean, if you follow the WNBA, you know all of the reasons why she feels slighted by Vegas and why she plays with a chip on her shoulder. If you don't, it'll take longer than the time I have in this segment to explain, so you might have to do some research. But Kelsey Plum, she's also come over now, and it just adds fuel to the revenge narrative. So they faced each other twice so far this season. They both have been really high-scoring games, 177+. I think the market is moving in the right direction with the total on this game once again. I think as far as the side is concerned, I mean, the Sparks have covered 7 of the last 10 meetings. They will be motivated for this. I feel like they've been playing better basketball. They're at home. It's the only way to go for me. Like I said, Aces have played a good game, then a stinker. Coming off of that 26-point win, I think it's time for a stinker here today. So Sparks are over will be my recommendations in this game.
Can I interest you in Hamby over her 16.5 point total? She's flown over 5 straight games. And if you really want to get spicy and really go after that narrative, Kelsey Plum, her point total is 17.5. She's had 20 and 30 in her last 2 games. I could see both of them, but Hamby's really the one that jumps out to me. She's been shooting the ball really well, 16.5. I'm surprised they haven't moved this to 17.5. What do you think?
I like it. Like I said, she's going to play with a chip on her shoulder whenever this matchup comes up. And also, I mean, the Aces have been a really poor defensive rebounding team. That's a strength for the Sparks. That's a strength for Hamby. So I can see a lot of second chance points or just, easy baskets at the rim for her. So I like her points tonight.
Like it. Any other notes in WNBA teams you've been kind of focusing on, following any storylines that have your interest?
Honestly, I think Golden State, I'm worried about Golden State. They lost Kayla Thornton. They've been kind of like they were playing so well and they were underrated in the market for such a while. And now it's like the value is gone on them and missing a star player. So I'm worried about them for the rest of the season. The Liberty, they've looked kind of shaky. I think they're vulnerable this year. I know they look good to start, But whenever a player has gone down, and they've had multiple players go down this season, they haven't played that great. The Lynx look amazing. They're hungry. They want to bounce back from last year's defeat in the finals. I like everything I see from them. The Wings seem to be, I mean, I like the addition of Paige Beckers, and they seem like they can play competitive. So I'd be wary against laying so many points against them in the near future. I don't know. I'm trying to go through the teams I can think about. Phoenix, I feel like they've had so many players in and out of the lineup. Stars like Kalia Copper, Satu Sabali. They just added Dewana Bonner. They haven't necessarily found their rhythm yet, but they will find it. And they have more than enough talent to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league. So looking at everything and just trying to find some ways to make some money. I'll say this. I did put a future in a while ago on Phoenix to win it all plus 1,800. They're now down to plus 500. The only other team I see winning is the Lynx. And I'm pretty sure last I saw was plus 200 you can still get for them. I mean, if one of them wins, you have a profit. I think it's either the Lynx or the Mercury do have a chance.
Yeah, I like it. I think it looks like Angel Reese may be back tonight. Yes. I would love to go right back to her points, rebounds, and assist props, or just her rebounds props. I don't know if I can do it right after the injury. I don't know. Maybe her minutes are a little limited, or they just throw her out there and say, "Hey, you're good to go."
I agree with that.
Goes right back. Yeah.
It makes me nervous coming back from the injury, and Cardoso's playing too. It just might not get a favorable number first game back.
I know, but it's like, if we miss out, do they raise the number? And then we're going, why didn't we bet it last night? I don't know. I'll probably just sit on the bench and watch that one. It's $5 Tuesday. Hakeem, what do you have up?
Yeah, I did have a top play in the WNBA for tonight. So yeah, if you want to get involved, I have a nice, I think 6 paragraphs written, and you can get it for just $5 over at my profile, wt.buzz/HP. Appreciate you having me, Andy, and good luck to everybody on all your action.
Let's do it, Skee. Thank you so much. Good luck on that $5 play up in the WNBA. All right, let's do all around the world. We're going to give out some free plays, and we are very MLB heavy. Let's go to the Rockies at the Guardians. We're going to take the over 8.5. Gordon has a 6.44 career ERA. Does not pitch deep into games, and Logan Allen giving up 9 runs in the last 17.2 innings. So we're looking at the over in the Rockies and the Guardians. Ralph Michaels special. Nationals at Astros. Nerfy, no run first inning. Pretty incredible streaks here. Nationals 6-1. Nerfy on the road. Astros have only scored a first inning run in 12 straight games. Has not scored a first inning run in 12 straight games. And Soroka only allowed a first inning run in 2 out of the last 13 games. So a lot of good streaks on there not to be a run in the first inning. And then let's do a pitcher prop. We got Rangers at the Angels. Patrick Corbin over 4.5 Ks. This is from Jeff Michaels. Corbin, 44 Ks, last 8 starts, gone over this total in 3 straight. And Angels struck out 110 times in the last 15 days. That is most in Major League Baseball. So Patrick Corbin over 4.5 strikeouts. So that is your all around the world free plays. Let's keep the show moving. Let's move right to Bryan Power. Bryan, thanks for making the audible here. We didn't have a pitcher, and then it turns out it's this guy coming up from the minors who's been lights out on the minors. So Adam Trigger's actually going to do a solo video on that one. So we're going to pivot here to the Rays and the Yankees. We've got Boyle for the Rays and Fried for the Yankees. Fried, what is going on with him? And this has to be a big part of the breakdown here.
Yeah, and just to clarify, everyone, the game that Andy was teasing there, Red Sox Twins, Adam Trigger will have you covered on that one. I wanted to talk. I think I had some more enlightening things to say here about this Yankees game. So, Andy, guess which team has the fewest number of wins in all of baseball over the last 39 games? Ask you here. It is the Yankees with only 15. That is 1 fewer than both the White Sox and the Rockies during that time. That is how bad things have gotten in the Bronx. And this is crazy. You look back, the Yankees have been a below 500 team now for the last 2 months. You go to the end of May. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games overall, including 4-2 last night here at home to the Rays. In addition to all that I've just mentioned, the Yankees also have the 4th worst division record in all of baseball, 11-19. They lose 4-2 last night, like I said, to the Rays. The only 2 runs the Yankees scored last night came on a pair of bases-loaded walks by Rasmussen in the first inning. There's no Aaron Judge in this lineup right now. Historically, as one would assume, that has not been good for the Pinstripes. Now, you mentioned Max Fried, and let's bring him into the handicap here. Yankees fans may desperately be pointing to the fact, hey, we've got our ace on the mound tonight. Well, guess what? Fried's allowed a total of 10 runs his last 2 starts. He's in poor form as well. I think it is absolute madness, Andy Lane, that the Yankees are this big of a favorite tonight. I would take Tampa plus 1.5 on the run line, only minus 125 to get the 1.5 head start. And here's another reason you want to have that 1.5 in your back pocket. Since the All-Star break, the Yankees have just 2 wins by more than 1 run. They have only 6 such wins this entire month. And I would say, if you're feeling especially frisky this evening, why not throw a little pizza money on the Rays money line, because I think they are absolutely live to win again tonight.
The play I was looking at, I'm with you 100% on this. The Rays team total is 3.5. I mean, Max Fried has given up 4, 3, 3, and 4 just by himself in his last 4 starts. So I'm really curious. You're getting like minus 110 on this Rays. It feels like we're giving Fried a lot of credit for things he's done earlier in the season. And I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know what is going on with him, but it just feels like when you get one of these pitchers that's in a slump, you just keep riding him until he proves he's out of it.
Yeah, I believe there is some reoccurring injury lingering with Fried. That's what the deal is with him. And remember, I didn't talk about bullpens here. It's not just Fried, the Yankees bullpen. The Rays always have a chance. The Rays are a team that, they had their big run in early June. They'd gone cold. I don't disagree with the team total. It's probably going to, to win this game. It's correlated, right? It's a correlated bet for the Rays to win here. They're going to probably need 4 runs. So lots of different ways. I just think all signs here, Andy, point to investing in the road team in this AL East matchup. The Yankees, I see in our comment section, somebody's mentioned plus 500 to bet the Yankees to miss the playoffs right now. As crazy as it may seem, that's not horrible. I think there's a good chance either the Yankees or the Astros are the team left on the outside looking in when it comes to the AL playoff picture. You've got basically 8 teams competing for the 6 spots right now. So who knows? Stranger things have happened. The Astros, another team that has really gone in the toilet here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we got a college football show coming up that you're going to be the host of. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, the Blitz. I mentioned this last week, live, interactive. We're going to be talking all the top games each and every Thursday, live, 1 p.m. Eastern, starting August 21st. Only a couple weeks away. So college football season, Andy, I can't wait. Obviously, with this being a quote-unquote slower time of year for us, been doing a ton of research here on college football and the NFL with the added time I have. So live and interactive. Not only are we talking about the biggest games each and every week on the Blitz, it will be driven by you. If you guys have a question, you can jump in, ask us. We'll do it. It's going to be me hosting along with, each of the top college football handicappers here at WagerTalk. Really excited to bring you that show. Again, it is live every Thursday, 1 p.m. immediately following Andy Lang here on WagerTalk Today.
All right, who do you got your eye on college football? Team you're looking to fade, team you're looking to support. What team has your eye right now?
Well, you know me, Andy. I'm always looking to walk in the other direction of everyone else. And I think the Penn State and Texas love has gotten a little out of control in both cases. Penn State, there's a popular magazine that comes out, the Phil Steele magazine, that I think he picked Penn State to win it all. The curious thing about picking Penn State to win it all, guys, is they would need to win big games, multiple big games. And I don't know if you followed James Franklin's career. He is not so good at doing that. So I wouldn't be doing that. And here's another thing with Texas. Okay, hook 'em horns, they're yelling. Everyone's just assuming Arch Manning, the pedigree, the last name. This guy's going to, lead Texas to the next level. Well, he was that good. Why didn't he start last year? When Quinn Ewers was struggling against Ohio State, why did they only bring him in for one play and not let him? It was a disaster. I
if
think
his name
it's not if his name is Arch Power
Jennings
or Arch Lang or Arch Jennings. I don't think people are that excited about him, quite frankly, Andy.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. I mean, you can't overlook pedigree, but at some point you got to go.
Yeah.
Why isn't he the prodigy that just gets the keys to the car handed to him from day one? So yeah, I'm with you. Okay, that's interesting. Penn State and
it's very boring. The two teams that I actually would look to invest on would be Ohio State and Alabama.
Well, hot take.
Yeah, I know. Those teams struggle every year. It could be a breakthrough this in 2025. Well, in all fairness, Alabama did have a down year. They lost 4 games, which means in Tuscaloosa they absolutely never which means they lose their minds. Yeah.
Yeah. Tune in for a hard-breaking analysis like we like Ohio State to have a good year.
They have not won the Big Ten since 2020, Andy. How about that?
That's Ohio State. Amazing. Yeah. They get now that they don't have a Harbaugh in there, I think they got a smooth 10 years of sailing here. So, no, we're not doing Arch Manning to my Colts. Oh. No. I mean, can't be much worse. We have Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones fighting it out for the.
What an exciting guy! I assume you're going to training camp after this, Andy. You're done here to watch those. Richardson is unbelievable. Here's a guy who can complete a pass to a receiver standing on the moon, but then he airmails it to a guy who's 5 yards away. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, who would have thought a guy with limited reps and bad accuracy in college would have panned out in NFL? Whoa. Who could have possibly have seen that coming? So, no, my hot take is Daniel Jones. I think is going to be an incredible fantasy football quarterback if he does indeed get the start. I mean, Anthony Richardson's not good, and now he's hurt already. Like, he's already hurt. I think Daniel Jones gets the start, to be honest. I think he runs for a lot of yards, and I think he's actually a pretty decent passer. We got some pretty good receivers, so, but we're still going to stink. So whatever. All right, Bryan, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate the, yes.
I just did want to point out real quick, I do have a rare 5% max bet on the docket for tonight. So want to let everyone know about that. I know a lot of people have already jumped on board. However, this is rare. It's only the third 5% play we've had of the Major League Baseball season. It's 68% of these 5% plays, all sports across the year. Big reason we're number 2 in net profit for 2025 at WagerTalk. Off a 2-0 sweep last night, 6-2 my last 8 on the diamond. And how about a 64, 43-1 all sports run? You go back to May 24th, we are up a whopping 65.4 units. So feeling good, looking good, and we hope to keep it going tonight with this rare 5%.
All right, and that's an MLB tonight, correct?
Absolutely, MLB.
Okay. All right, Major League Baseball, Bryan Powers, 5% play. All right, Bryan, thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait for the Blitz. Good luck on that 5%. Let's do this again next week. Appreciate you, man. All right, we have a question about Max Homa, actually. We'll Justin Max Homa is plus 7,000 to win the weekend and field with not many big names here. If you could do worse if you're going for long shots. I don't trust Max Homa as far as I can throw him, and last time I threw him, he didn't go very far. So I can't really invest in someone like Max Homa. I would be looking a little bit more towards the top of the leaderboard. You got Matthew Fitzpatrick in here. You have Kurt Kitayama coming off of a nice win last week. That's 3 straight top 15 finishes for him. But we're doing tea time first thing in the morning, myself and Nick Borman. So we're going to break down the golf tournament. And after next week, we've got the finals. The championship playoff run for golf continues, and we're going to crown a season champion. So it's a really, really big time of year for tea time. I know we got football coming up, but we can finish strong with a really, really good golf season. So tea time is tomorrow. Once again, guys, it is $5 Tuesday. Any handicapper play is up for $5. Make sure you check out not one, not two, not three, but as many handicappers as you feel comfortable with, but always bet responsibly. Don't put too much of your bankroll in play tonight. Great show. Thanks to all the guests. We're going to be back tomorrow, and we're going to be breaking down the Chargers over under 9.5 season wins. Myself and Dan will be doing that along with all of the usual fun. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Shout out to Chris Allen for doing such a great job producing today's shows. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And also don't forget about the WagerTalk YouTube Insiders. Only $2 a month, and you get a $5 coupon just to start each month good at WagerTalk. You also get emojis, badge, special features, and we're going to start pumping out some exclusive content. So make sure you check that out, wt.buzz/insiders. Thanks so much for joining us on WagerTalk today. Good luck on your plays, and take care.